All right, hello and good morning, everyone. It is Friday. I've been up since 1 a.m. We've got problems in the house, and what do you know it? I can't sleep. So, today, we're going to free Scotland. This is Tears of Metal. It is a early access game where you play as William Wallace, who has to free Scotland from the tyrannical rule of the anti-Scottish. So, yeah, kind of a fun, silly game, fun, silly concept. I absolutely love it, and we're gonna try and free Scotland today. So welcome in, everyone. There are multiple characters and multiplayer. I haven't unlocked the multiple characters yet. I haven't unlocked the multiplayer yet. I just started this, and then I had to go to work yesterday, and there's a whole bunch of stuff we'll get into a little bit later once we have our regulars in here. But let me fix chat really quick. Hello chat, there we go. Good morning, KFC. Let us free Scotland. Fun fact about Waffles you probably didn't know. Waffles is in fact Scottish, at least partially Scottish, and my family clan is in this game. So how cool is that I get to fight alongside my historical clan and free Scotland with them? How cool is that? I kind of feel like I always kind of really wanted to get a tactical tartan, the battle kilt that everyone wears, and I feel like this game is giving me the bravery to start wearing my tactikilt. So maybe just maybe we're gonna buy a kilt because of this game. So how's it going this morning, KFC? First victory of the day. Do we want to be a soulbinder? Extract destructive self-homing spirits. I want the Ravager. Ravager does explosions. We're going to take the explosions. We're going to grab the explosive blast. There we go. So every time you win a battle, you get new power-ups from the different clans. So the different clans craft you different sigils to go into battle with. So, on to the next battle. Now, when we do our big strike here,
we must break the ranks.
Now we cause big explosions.
A good warm-up. Bring me more.
The interesting thing, as I was reading up on this, apparently it's hotly debated whether or not William Wallace is Catholic. He was raised Catholic at the very least, but it's hotly debated whether or not he was actually like a devout Catholic in life or not. So I kind of want to go down that rabbit trail and see if there's any truth to that or anything more I can find. Swarm of men. Blow that guy up. What are you doing, kitty? Of course, the second I shut my door, the cats immediately want in, they want out. Like, there is no pleasing the cats. As any cat owner knows, the second you lock them out, they want in. The second you lock them in, they want out. I know, I see you. Give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second, guys. I gotta let the cat out because she's losing her mind. Now watch, in 5 seconds, she's gonna be scratching at the door because she wants back in, because that's just how cats work.
That's how we do battle.
Okay, so we have saved this part of the town. If you haven't noticed, this game is like Dynasty Warriors. It is Dynasty Warriors meets ridiculous Scottish music and fighting. So I wonder if we can use our arrows indoor. We can use our arrows indoor.
We drink to victory.
Okay. Oh, Commander. Let's Let's upgrade our troops. So that's what makes this roguelike a little bit different, is it's not just your character that gains power, but rather your troops permanently gain power, and that's how you get more and more powerful, is by powering up your troops at each death. So it's kind of an interesting concept that it's not just you gaining power, but it's also your troops gaining power. I want to see what the other characters are. Like I said, you play as William Wallace, but there's other characters to unlock, so I'm kind of curious who those characters are, and kind of what weapons they bring, what themes they bring. There's a bunch of different objectives, like holding areas, there's destroying pillars, there's boss fights. Like, it's a pretty solid game. For $20, it's not bad. You collect money and runes and power-ups. Light, good morning. How's it going? What is going on in your neck of the woods this morning? Is it even morning, or are you one of my viewers from Europe or the Philippines or Australia? Okay. We've got to eliminate a little bit more fodder. We shall do so with arrows. Did you redact the message, or did AutoMod get ya? I don't know why AutoMod would take that away, but...
The crows will feast well, thanks to our efforts.
Alright, we got Alchemist or Soul. We haven't tried Soul Binding yet, so let's try Soul Binder. You can strike, generates 1 orbs, finisher. Oh, my controller got disconnected. There we go. So we can dodge to generate orbs while on a kill streak, dodge regeneration, and block regeneration by 40%. That's pretty good. Let's go with that. Let's go with increased dodging. Dodging is important. So you march forward, you spot the silhouette of an old arena in the distance. The stands are empty now, but you can still feel the energy of the crowd. Step in the crucible at your own risk. Defeat multiple waves to unlock a Celtic longsword. Okay. Let's unlock a longsword. Why not? Have you ever seen, if you Google, like, look up William Wallace's sword in real life, like, the dude was half giant, so his sword is just absolutely massive. We're just gonna take out some fodder to get our special bar up so we can command some troops. Save our captain. There we go. Okay. Big attack. Dodge too soon. Okay, that's one. These guys have, like, I hate when, like, I know that, what was that game that came out, that, Expedition 33, how they made fun of one of the bosses that dodges the attack, but I hate when enemies are like, I'm gonna attack you, so they start raising their sword, but, like, the timing just feels off, and like, not yet, and they trick you and bait you into swinging too early. I hate that. It drives me bonkers. Captain's overrun. That is okay. We'll save him. Apparently our captain died. That's not good. Big bash. There we go. Alright, last guy, last guy. And they've got healing beacons. That's not good. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay, archer's down. I disagree with that hit. I dodged. Alright, we got the archers down, so now it's just a matter of breaking these guys' shields. That's going to be tough. Apparently, they are working in unison, so let's have our soldiers maul them. Alright, that's one down. Alright, we've won the arena. At a huge cost. We unfortunately got hurt a lot on that one, so we could use some healing. And we got a Celtic longsword. New equipment, okay. Well, next game we will have to try that out. Hopefully there's not a next game soon, but we're losing pretty fast here, so that might come sooner than I thought it would. Unless we can find a healing fountain somewhere here. Oh, look at that, a healing fountain somewhere in here. Perfect timing. We will take that. And now we explode when we dodge. Hello, nothing. How's it going today? How are you doing? What's new? Welcome to the stream. It is 5 in the morning. Hopefully it's not 5 in the morning where you're at. I just can't sleep. Alright, what do we got over here? Destroy the archer tower. Okay. Archer tower destroyed. Problem solved. And let's loot the vase. Lots of money. Okay. It's going very nice. Good to hear. I need to find that alchemist. There's some guy making people vulnerable over here. Let's see if we can find him. 6:45 p.m. in your country. Okay. That is 12 and a half hours ahead of me. So that's not Australia. I want to say it's somewhere near India. Yeah? Somewhere near India? Maybe? Let's leave that. Alright. I don't want to waste all of my gold on healing, but we definitely should use some of that. And increase max block. Okay, that's not great, but hey, look at that. I was right. That I have learned a great deal about time zones from streaming this early in the morning because I get people from all over. So it's always fun trying to guess where people are from. All right. Archer down. We just got one last spearman.
You should turn heel and run. You're no match for
Alright, this
Hellbent.
guy is tough. This guy I do not want to fight in close quarters. He summons a bunch of people, so let's try and push him back.
How does it feel? Like 1,000 blades piercing your back.
Alright, there's all of his people. There we go. Now he's gonna turn invulnerable here in a second.
Where are my minions?
Summon more people. Nice. That blast radius is saving my skin this game. That extra 20 damage every time you dodge is good. Come on. Get out of the corner. Alright, that is one mini boss down. He gave us 21 statues. We will take those. One more area for healing. We'll take that, since we already spent all of our money on healing. How hot is it in your area? I know there's been like heat waves all over the world, but I imagine India's been probably what, like 100. Well, you guys use Celsius, right? So I was thinking like 120 Fahrenheit, but you would know it in Celsius. Between the heat wave and then unfortunately we've been having a bunch of lightning storms that have been lighting our area on fire, so we just have not had any breaks lately. It's just been non-stop. Alright, we need to go destroy that archer tower. We do not like archers. .48, 118, yeah, that is especially unbearable knowing that like AC is not as common in the rest of the world as it is in the US, so I could not imagine having to face 120 degrees with no AC. Like, that just sounds like a miserable time. I do not know how y'all are doing it. Alright, looks like we got another boss coming in. Bubble's here. Good morning, Bubble. What is going on today? Alright, looks like we have to fight Buckteeth. Kind of a rude name to give to someone. Ooh, did you see that? We got a perfect parry right there. I forgot we could do that now. We unlocked parry yesterday, so... Just woke up tired still. I feel that I've been up since 1 a.m., so I too feel the tiredness. Let's hit him with the arrows. Another boss down. Okay, 40 HP. We take that. We take that. That's huge. All right, first boss. This boss has a really annoying attack pattern, so I've not mastered this. I have not, Dex. I have not. We tried not being awake at 1 a.m. It's tough. I told you I got this annoying superpower. Like the second I wake up, I'm awake. So if I wake up at 12 to go to the bathroom, I'm up at 12. If I wake up at 3, I'm up at 3. Like as soon as I wake up, I am up, and it sucks. I wish it were not this way, but it is. Hey, okay, so we actually managed to parry that attack, but that just left us vulnerable to new attacks, so I don't think it was really all that good to parry that. My favorite My Little Pony is Rarity. That is the correct answer. Rarity is the best pony by far. Samal, welcome in! Good morning. Alright, we're a quarter of the way there. This guy is slowly taking damage. What's going on this morning, Sam? Or evening for you? Okay, we're about ready to enter phase 2. And that's phase 2. Yeah, it's night for you. That's right. Yes, my birthday was on Thursday. I turned 35. It was a good birthday. Alright, let's do 5% more damage. We're going to take that 5% more damage. Alright, we got a new sword. So let's look at our new sword. So the Claymore has no special effect, except for you can push people with dodges. The Celtic Line Longsword instantly refreshes dodge cooldown when tackling an enemy every 5 seconds. And it's got Vine Dash Dive Strikes, Quick Strikes, Block Thrusts. Alright, let's try that out. Let's try out the Claymore a little bit. No, I'm sorry. Wednesday was my birthday, not yesterday. I'm losing track of time already. Look at that. It's going by so fast. And we should have some money for a new skill, more stamina. Okay. Alright, we got 6 commanders. We're ready. And we're ready after 35 sounds like a downgrade. I used to get instantly embarrassed when I had to tell people I'm 37. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's 35, right? It's not that special of a birthday. Like, I had to even count, like, okay, is I'm 34? Am I 35? I don't remember. Like, it just... Random text about Scotland? Let's hear it. What kind of Scottish stuff do you have for me today? As Dex found out yesterday, Waffles is part Scottish at least, so you know, we appreciate good Scotland facts. And I made a video talking about it, but it's really cool. My clan is actually in this game, so how cool is that? The term "We Free" is a historical nickname for the Free Church of Scotland, a strict Presbyterian group formed in 1900s. Is not referred to a political independence movement. Interesting.
They'll feed our Scottish soil tonight.
Ooh, okay, so we got Crusader or Gambler, luck-powered criticals, and wealth bonuses. I mean, obviously we have to go with the Crusade, right? Obviously. 35 has been good to me all year, so but I'm older than most of my mom friends, which is so funny because I look like the youngest. That is, so as Emmy and I talked about having a family and having a kid, you know, I'm 35, having a newborn at 35, like, I do fear being the old parent, right? Like, I don't want to go to their 10th, you know, when they're 10 years old, go to the classroom and be like, oh, look at that old man in here, what's he doing there, while everyone else has a young, cool 25-year-old dad, you know? Like, I don't want to be the oldest one in the class, but I think I might, you know, I have no control over it, unfortunately. So your stream tab today, We Free Scotland, also includes the term We Free, which is a nickname for the Free Church of Scotland. Interesting. Alright, so tell me if you know this. Do you play COD? Sometimes I play Call of Duty.
You like you might topple from a single hit.
Call of Duty isn't always all that great, so I try it usually every year, but I don't get too into it. When I was researching this game and some stuff about William Wallace, it was talking about this hotly debated whether William Wallace was Catholic or just like a regular non-denominational Christian, or, you know, Protestant or Presbyterian. Do you know anything about William Wallace, where he falls on that? Hubby is as old as dirt. He'll be 49 in a couple months. You're fine. My parents had me and my brother at 21, and though I'd never want to be a parent, I feel like that's a good age. Yeah, there's a sweet spot, right? Like, you don't want to be the oldest parent, but you also don't want to be like, oh wow, your mom's really young. Yeah, she had me when she was 12. Like, okay, maybe being a young parent isn't all that it cracked up to be. So there is a fine line, you know? All right, let's go gamble. We haven't gone gambling yet. Alluring depths. While setting up the camp near the cave, you spot an oiled coin purse half buried near the entrance. Okay. Investigate with a few of your soldiers, lose 25, or throw a bomb inside. Clearly throw a bomb inside. Free bus travel. People age 16 over can travel for free in Scotland. My hope is once we've gone to Italy, Scotland is next. Scotland and Ireland is next on the journey. I really want to go to the family castle in Scotland. So that Scotland is on the agenda, and I guess if I wait a few years, I can go and I can travel for free on the bus. So
they must not take that position.
I feel like I'm going to buy a kilt to play airsoft in. I feel like I'm going to be that guy running around in a tactical kilt. I feel like this is necessary. Which, speaking of so airsoft stuff. So I went to an airsoft match the other day, and everyone was so like interested. I was wearing a crotch guard because I don't want to get shot in the crotch with airsoft. And like people were coming from different camps like, is it true you're wearing a crotch guard? And I was like, well, yeah, like I don't want to get shot by BBs. And like people were fascinated by, like, it never occurred to these people that they could guard themselves with armor. And it's just, it's one of those man things, right? Like, oh, it never occurred to you to think to cover your most vital parts. You never thought, huh, maybe I should do that. No, you're just out here going no armor, getting shot in the crotch. Okay. So that was a fun little bit, teaching people that you can guard your crotch. You don't have to just accept getting shot by BBs. You have options. Do you like Christmas? Christmas is my absolute favorite. Fun Christmas fact, fun waffles fact for you. I love Christmas music so much that I will probably start listening to Christmas music in the next 2 months or so. Usually September the Christmas music starts for me because I just absolutely love Christmas. So it is my absolute favorite. People despise me because when I used to like work in office and such, I hear like, why is someone playing Christmas carols in September? Because I love Christmas that much. Emmy loves Halloween, so we do Halloween and Christmas big, which totally ruins Emmy's Halloween. She's not huge on like Christmas carols as early as I am, but you know she enjoys a good Christmas carol too. So she does not mind me starting early. A 400-year Christmas ban. Christmas was legally banned in Scotland for 400 years, starting in 1640, to insist on strict traditional rules. That sounds like those really out there Christians who insist that like everything is demonic, everything is evil, and like, no, you can't celebrate Christmas because that's actually a pagan holiday, and that just sounds like those strict, over the top. Let's promote Graham. We've got some money, so let's buy max HP and let's go heal really quick. Two things. Oh, the things I hate the most holiday season and your music taste. Emmy was really mad at my music taste the other day because she said that Evanescence was on tour, and I was like, oh, Evanescence, the ones who wrote the what song? It was the Every Time We Kiss, that techno song that was really popular like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Every time we kiss I get this feeling, and every time we touch. And she was so upset that apparently that is not Evanescence, and she was mad that I got that wrong. So Dex is the Grinch confirmed. I can see Dex as the Grinch. I totally agree with that. You know what else is awesome about Christmas is Christmas movies. Watching Miracle on 34th Street and It's a Wonderful Life and Now, I know it doesn't count as a traditional Christmas music, but it has become traditional Christmas music or Christmas movie for me is watching Violent Night. Violent Night has become a must-watch Christmas movie. Do you want to hear a horrible Christmas Grinch joke? Absolutely. Those are two completely different songs, artists, genres, and eras. That's why she was upset. Now you know why she was upset. Because apparently I was just way off. Alright, who is healing these guys? Alright, why are these guys healing? I can't... One day Emmy will go to church and this will be evidence. The priest will agree divorce is the best option. She is stuck with me forever. That is the benefit of being Catholic, right? You don't believe in divorce. Why did the Grinch refuse to steal any kitchen utensils? He decided it wasn't worth the whisk. I dig it. I dig. Those are my favorite kinds of jokes. Alright, boss fight time again. Ooh, I see health. Let's go heal. Come on, healing. We also got a new restaurant that I'm really excited to go try called Huckleberries. Apparently it's a Louisiana-style restaurant, and they have huckleberry lemonade that apparently is really popular, but also chicken and waffles and a bunch of other like southern comfort foods. So I'm excited to go give those a try. Okay, let's break her block. Down she goes. Alright. Heal us. Yes, please. Alright, let's try this boss again. New weapon, new me, new phone, who dis? Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head all day. The every time we kiss. Has anyone watched? I know the new season of the next King of the Hill came out, the King of the Hill revival, and there's a bunch of really interesting stories they're doing. So I'm kind of interested to see how the new season is doing. My brother said I shouldn't buy Control twice. I might listen to it. I told you shouldn't buy it twice. Why are you listening to your brother over me? Obviously, I am a reliable source of good information, so... Every time we touch, yeah. That song is going to be stuck in my head all day. The first season wasn't bad. It's not as good as original King of the Hill, but like, was anyone expecting it to be that good? Like, I really didn't expect it to be that good, so... Totally playing that game right now. Rio Dio, hello! Prime has games now and it has Dispatch. I've heard a lot of things about Dispatch. People were saying it was like The Boys as a playable novel game. Would you say that's accurate? Do you get Boys vibes from it? One of these days I need to finish that series. I kind of gave up on watching The Boys and I need to go back and finish that because it's a good show. Alright, that was a bad move. That was a really bad move. We got stuck there. Let's back off. Oh, nope, I got hit. Middle of FF7 Remake. I've been talking a lot about playing Final Fantasy, and it might be time. It might be time just to play Final Fantasy, just play 1 through 15 all the way through. Like, I think it's just, I've talked about it, I've thought about it, and it just might be time to go play a bunch of Final Fantasy. Still need to pick up the new Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven is another game I want to love. Like, what was that? Dead as Disco. Dead as Disco looks like a really fun rhythm game, and like it's super cool. And I love the concept. And I love everything about it. But I suck at rhythm games. Will you buy it for me so I'm not jumping by myself? Oh, I would, except for part of the reason I can't sleep today is because at 1 o'clock in the morning something broke in our pipes, and now we have a mainline clog in our entire house. So hopefully I can get a plumber out today, but if I can't get like a regular plumber out today, we're gonna have to hire an emergency plumber. So that's gonna be a couple $1,000s. So there goes all the savings for Italy down the toilet, literally. Do you like waffles or pancakes? I like both, but ironically, I actually like pancakes more. Unfortunately, both waffles and pancakes are usually too high in sugar and carbs for me to enjoy. But Eggo is releasing specifically a zero sugar, high protein waffle. So I am excited to give that maybe a try. Maybe that will be an edible alternative, and I'll get a waffles fix that way. Can your house stop breaking? I made the mistake. I said that I had some money in savings, and the second you say something out loud like that, of course, it's got to break. So, unfortunately, there goes our savings. So, that is the one downside to home ownership, is you are liable and responsible for all the fixes of your house. Pancakes have almost no sugar. What are you talking about? So, the way I understand it, and maybe I don't understand nutrition, carbs are essentially a sugar. So even if it doesn't have like sugar inside of it, all those carbs convert into sugar in your body. So that was my cars right when we wanted to buy a house. Yeah, if you say out loud that you have money, either A, your car will break, or B, your house will break. That is the rule of the land, unfortunately. Alright, let's push these guys back. Yeah, see, so even if it's not high in regular sugar, it's high in carbs, and those carbs turn into sugar, and we're trying to avoid that, so... Your body needs sugar to function. You'll be fine. I operate under the assumption that, you know, when I abused my body for the past 20 years, I got a lifetime worth of sugar in at that point. So I've got the sugar reserves to hold off for a while.
These lot won't trouble us again. We must break the ranks.
Scotland forever. Yes. Chaotically fun guy. Welcome in. Good morning. Plain homemade pancake batter, 4 grams of sugar. Traditional batter recipes usually require 1 to 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar for the entire batch. We hate sugar here. Sugar is the enemy. Although I know Emmy worries about this too. She worries about me giving myself an eating disorder with how much like I diet and I fast and I hate sugar and all those things. So, you know, she does worry that I'm eventually going to give myself some form of eating disorder. And I would argue that she is accurate in like that I do have an unhealthy relationship with food still, and the way I diet and exercise isn't necessarily making that better, but like I would rather have to fix that portion than be overweight any longer, unfortunately. Sorry, Chaotic. What happened was I got a beard trimmer, so I was just going in for a little trim, and I accidentally lopped off too much, and so I went to trim the other side to make it look better. And unfortunately, it was just one of those things where like I can't save this. I trimmed too much, so we're just gonna shave it all off and start over. You do look thinner than when I first saw you. That is the one upside to shaving my beard has been that I can see my face, I can see my jawline, and it does look like I've definitely lost a lot of weight. That's an insane statement. Is it, Dex? Is it? Or is that a completely rational statement? And it just sounds insane because the world we live in is broken. And you know what? I'm not a doctor, and I'm in no way, shape, or form am I encouraging an eating disorder. But like, if you had to weigh the two, you know, being morbidly obese or having an unhealthy relationship with food, which one is worse? I don't necessarily know that a doctor would tell you that no, you should stay morbidly obese because we don't want you to develop, you know, a unhealthy relationship with food. I'm pretty sure the doctor would say let's start with the weight and then we can work on, you know, the other problems later. Can't wait to see muscular waffles. Unfortunately, I will never be fully muscular because of my hernia. I have a lifelong disability, and part of that lifelong disability is I cannot lift a lot of weight, so I will never be bodybuilder's waffles, unfortunately. But I can be calisthenically agile waffles. As someone who's had an eating disorder, yes, that's ridiculous. Maybe it's because I've never experienced it. You know, maybe it's one of those the grass is always greener sort of situations. If you were a girl, your friends would say you're perfectly fine. And so that's where the conversation around body positivity comes in, right? Like, we as Americans are programmed to think, oh, if you are fat, that is a moral failing. You are a bad person. So saying no, you're a perfectly good person. You're perfectly fine if you're overweight in itself is not a bad statement. But we've gone so far in the other direction where we started telling people, no, you don't need to lose weight. No, it's perfectly fine to live that way. Not accounting for the damage to the health and body. So there is some truth to it, but I think we've, as always, and as Americans, we have bastardized and demonized the conversation in a bad way. And like Christians, I will be the first to say Christians are the worst about this. I scolded the heck out of this guy who was a young rad trad Catholic, and his statement, he was going online and saying that, look, if you're overweight, I don't care what you have to say. I don't respect your opinion because you are an ungodly and terrible person, because if you're fat, you're killing your body, and that's disgusting to God. So if you're overweight, you're an abomination. And I was like, dude, you can't go around online saying these things. One, you're making all Christians look absolutely terrible, but your theology is awful. Like, where are you getting this all from? Yes, your body is a temple, we should treat our body well, but to say that, oh, all fat people are disgusting sinners to God and disgusting in his sight is just so antithetical to the faith that you're going to drag people away from it. In fact, I would dare to say that you are the sinner here, because you're leading to scandal and to people to fall and have problems. So, you know, check your own ego, bro. Like, you're out here spouting the most obtuse nonsense. If you get fat, that's either a problem with how you're raised or a failure to see a bad habit. There's so much that can go into it. There is so much that can go into it. Because yes, a lot of like childhood obesity obviously starts in childhood, right? A lot of those are bad habits that are formed from parents not teaching their kids and all that. But there's also so many things that go into it. Like my parents, I was an overweight kid. My parents gave me perfectly healthy food and so many other things, but there was a lot of things that I was trying to process that I didn't know how to process, that they didn't know were going on, that, you know, had I been in some form of therapy or had like the tools to identify what was going on with myself and my thoughts and all that, I may have been able to fight back against it. But that's not a failing of my parents. It's not a failing of morality or education necessarily. That was not understanding that there's something going on. So I would dare to say that a majority of kids who are overweight have something going on that maybe you don't see, whether it be a mental illness, whether it be a physical illness, whether it be so many other things. There are so many things that could be ongoing that we as just outside observers cannot possibly speculate on it and be accurate, because there are so many factors that can go into weight gain that an outside observer probably won't be able to make an accurate statement. Weight gain is a complex medical condition influenced heavily by genetics, hormones, environment, daily stress, rather being a simple. I agree with that, but again, I will also go on. There's this thing that goes around in the weight loss community and all that deals with like, oh well, some people simply can't lose weight because of hormone imbalances and things like that. And while yes, I fully acknowledge that it is possible that someone might have like a thyroid or metabolic issue that could make weight gain or weight loss hard, the amount of people who go online and claim that they have those, I think is absolutely incorrect. I think a lot of people fall back on that as an excuse without actually going to the doctor and seeing, do I have this thyroid condition that's causing this? And even then, you have the laws of thermodynamics, right? Like, it's simply not possible. If you don't eat enough calories, your body will lose weight. That is just basic thermodynamics, right? Your body burns energy, it burns fuel. If it burns more fuel than you're taking in, it's simply impossible outside of very, very rare and niche cases for you to be unable to lose weight. And I think a lot of people hear that excuse online and stick to that excuse without actually seeing if that is applicable to their situation. Ooh, we can get fragile. Extra damage, we'll take that. When I go through the halls in school and see really large and I dare say fat kids, I feel disappointed, almost want to cry. Mostly that one scene where the blue slime guy says that I don't have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea. Or you get force-fed carrots. I don't think force-feeding carrots will help. Carrots are super high in sugar. Like, carrots are one of those things you actually can't eat too much of, right? Because you can get carrot poisoning, you can get all that, the orange skin, the buildup of the creatine that's within them, and they're super high in sugar. Same thing with rabbits. Like, if you feed rabbits carrots, you can end up killing them because they're really bad for them because they're so high in sugar. So I don't think force feeding kids carrots is the solution. And education might not also be the solution, right? I know that a lot of people like to harp on, oh, we just need to educate, we need to educate, we need to educate. Like, how many 13 to 16-year-olds do you realistically think, even if they were offered a proper and good education, would do anything with that education? Teenagers are young and dumb, and they think they know everything. So even if you provide them with a good education, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to take anything away from said education, right? So good education isn't also the end-all be-all solution, because it's, again, a multifaceted, complex issue. That being said, there are little steps you can take. Like, I see a lot of kids who are like 10, 11, 12, who their parents let them sit in the grocery cart and push them around. Like, nah, let them get up and walk. Make that preteen walk. Everyone can use a little bit more walking. I can use more walking. Everyone can use a little bit more walking. There's no reason that they should be sitting in the cart on their phone when they can perfectly walk. Do you like Helldivers 2 and World of Warcraft? I am actually a Helldivers 2 content creator, or I used to be. I played Helldivers 2 a lot more. I need to play it more lately, but I love Helldivers 2. I think it's one of the greatest games ever made. World of Warcraft, I do enjoy World of Warcraft, and I'm gonna out myself here. I enjoy World of Warcraft, but not really the gameplay all that much. I enjoy playing World of Warcraft so that I can roleplay and make my own stories. For example, tonight we have a story ongoing called the Kodo Walk, where I am going to be leading an expedition of role players from Ungoro Crater all the way to the Kodo graveyard in Desolace. So I enjoy World of Warcraft, but I basically enjoy it to play dress up and make my own stories. I don't necessarily enjoy just like raiding. And that makes me a very, very, very big nerd. You know that scene in The Simpsons where Homer yells at the kid at college, he's like, nerd! That's what I am when it comes to World of Warcraft. I haven't taken a break from Helldivers 2 mostly because I don't want to burn out from it. I am hoping, I think they announced on the 30th we are going to get the official information about the Warhammer Warbond, and I'm very excited to see the details of the Warhammer Warbond. So that I'm very hyped for. I am also hyped for, I have found the ghillie suit that I want to get, and I planned on buying it this paycheck, but you know, again, with the house, we'll see if a ghillie suit is still in the cards, but I found a ghillie suit that I want to wear and make, so... Ghillie suit waffles. I once explained to a girl the lore of Helldivers 2, and my dad said in short, she don't care. Ooh, Exalting Parry or Bloody Streak? Bloody Streak. I thought your background was actually a house, and I saw the robotic arm and realized... I wish... I did find these honeycombs. I found them. I found a store that sells light up honeycombs like this, but 3 of them is $100. So look at how many it takes to make my background, and then times that by $100, and you'll see why I cannot afford to make that my real house. Not to mention, like, I don't think I have ADHD, but I do have one of the traits of ADHD with, like, starting a bunch of projects. Like, all around me, I've got airsoft guns, I've got airsoft BBs, I've got Helldivers for the Helldivers skits that I was making, I've got costumes, I've got cosplay, I've got so much stuff around me that I can't have a normal background because I am too messy to have a normal background, unfortunately. It's a real problem. You can take up as much of the chat as you want, Chaotic. It's been a slow chat day. It's been a quiet day, so you can chat as much as you want. All right, we're halfway through. Knock on wood, I have not taken any damage yet, so we're doing good. All right, let's get this guy out of the corner. Okay, we parried that. Waffles, how do I know if I'm being humble to a good degree? Like, without boasting about it, to say that I'm humble because that makes me feel boastful? That is a tough topic. Typically, the good rule of thumb is that if you're humble, then it doesn't need to be said, right? Oh, come on, this guy is kicking my butt all of a sudden, right? We were doing so good, and now he's just randomly kicking my butt. Ooh, this is getting spicy. Oh, he's got a double attack. That's why he got a double attack when he does that in his rage. Okay. So we gotta wait a little bit longer to go in before we go in there. Would you like a random fact that will make you feel weird for some reason? Let's hear it. Random fact. Let's hear it. We'll take a permanent damage increase. We're really bad at this. Promote you. Oh, we can promote people? Okay, let's promote you and promote you. Nice. Like, for example, we were talking to a friend about a video game, for example, Helldivers 2, and I'll say that I'm good, but at the same time it feels wrong for me to say. That's a tough one. Like, typically when we're talking about the boastful acts, especially biblically, a lot of the boastful acts they're talking about when we're talking like the Bible stuff is about like, oh, I'm such a good person, I donate so much money to charity, or I'm such a good person because I pray non-stop, you know, the Lord hears me because I talk to him so much. That's the kind of boasting that the Bible is mostly talking about. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with being like, hey, you know, I'm a good woodworker, or I'm a good craftsman at this. You know, that's not what we're looking at. However, I will say that, like all things in life, we tend to be accumulation of our actions, right? So the way we react to those moments also helps to tell us how we'll react to the moments when it comes to prayer and donation and all those things, right? So learning to be humble and have the humility in those moments will help us when we get to the moments of where it's actually, you know, matters and actually is being tested. Over the course of your life, your mouth will produce roughly 40,000 liters of spit, which is plenty of liquid to fill up 500 bathtubs. I can see that. I can see that.
Their line is breaking. Push forward.
right, we're gonna take that money. Down with the archers. Also, since we're talking about humility, did you all see that Elon Musk apparently is upset that Christopher Nolan's getting all this hype about the Odyssey, and so Elon has committed to having his AI Grok generate a feature-length movie of the Odyssey that he promises will have less diversity and wokeness. Is it like okay, even somewhat responsible of me to want to make sure I'm not being hypocritical? That is very responsible of you. That is something we should be on guard for our entire life, is our hypocrisy. But we also have to understand that to be human is to be a hypocrite, right? Like at some point we are going to find ourselves in a situation where we are a hypocrite, and it's those moments where we call ourselves out on it and admit those faults and those sort of things that make the difference. Unfortunately, all of us at one moment or another are going to end up being a hypocrite. You know, that is just human nature.
We drink to victory.
Let's go buy this healing. And we're going to grab these coins. That's a good thing, though, right? It is a good thing to not to want to be hypocritical, right? Just because I say that's a part of our human nature, it's part of our experience, it's who we are, doesn't mean we have to succumb to it, right? It's the same thing as, like, all the other addictions people have, right? We're pre-wired to addiction, whether it be smoking or pornography or all the other things. Just because we know that is who we are as a people doesn't mean we have to succumb to it. In fact, it's even greater for us to try and overcome those things. You know, what's that Skyrim quote that's really good? What is greater, to be born good or to be born evil and overcome your nature through great effort? Like that is a great quote to think about when it comes to all these conversations. Oh, so there's Harper Sutherland. So that right there, Harper Sutherland, that is Waffles' ancestral family. That is my boy right there. Ooh, the Light Weaving clan. We're gonna do that. Special challenge, marathon. Complete as many... Okay, let's do it. Complete the things as many times as we can. No, it's that is a good thing. Like, for example, I talk about to no end, like, consumerism and wastefulness and all that, right? I talk about, like, we don't want to mindlessly consume things. We don't want to mindlessly create things. So that's why, like, I'm against a lot of 3D printers, because a lot of people have 3D printers simply to just create things, as much junk as they possibly can, and we should be against that sort of thing. But then also, like, I got into airsofting, and airsofting uses a lot of plastic BBs. So the question was, well, am I being a hypocrite by saying, well, I don't like 3D printers because I don't like the waste, but also I'm using these plastic BBs? The good news is the BBs I get are specifically biodegradable, so they will very quickly biodegrade. In fact, if you buy old BBs like online and stuff, you'll find they're already like biodegrading in the bag. So the good news is they do biodegrade very, very fast. But it's a legit question that I want to ask myself often. Like, am I being a hypocrite when I say these things, when I encourage these things, and when I do these things? So it is a very it is a good position to have to check yourself consistently for hypocrisy.
Charge weakens. Press on.
Something keeps lighting me on fire and doing a bunch of damage, and I do not like that.
Targeting an unguarded spot. We need to secure it.
So I see another fun fact, but I can't look away just yet.
Take that position.
Bone marrow makes new blood cells non-stop in a dark space. Bone cells can feel direct pain if touched. Interesting.
Steel.
Okay, we got that quest done.
We need to hold that position, or the flankers. Watch your flanks.
Another quest down.
We must break their ranks.
I have broken my arm and I've broken my foot, and I never want to break another bone. It is an awful experience to go through.
Spot. We need to secure it.
Definitely do not recommend breaking bones.
These lot won't trouble us again.
Or Breaking Bad for that matter. Don't pull a Walter White.
They want that position. Make them bleed for it. Steady. Don't let them gain an inch.
Get 'em, archers.
The line is breaking. Push forward.
Okay. See all those lights weaving around? I really like this. The Light Weaver class I super enjoy. Oh, come on, I hit that. Yes, more fun facts.
They're trying to take that position. We need to
Gamble on a topic. Give us a random fun fact.
These lot won't trouble us again.
I've had Lyme disease before. That is awful. Is that the one? I know there's a tick that gives like a disease that makes it so that you like can't eat meat anymore. Like it makes you allergic to red meat for a while.
Let's see if you can do
That also sounds awful. Alright, let's clear out those guys. This guy apparently can summon pillars through walls. That's not fair. Kinda cheating, Brosif. Also, sometime this week, the state fair should contact me and we'll know which photos made it into the state fair. So kind of excited to
Pointy things are falling.
see which photos they accepted, see if I can win the state fair this year. Yeah, the Lone Star tick. Have to be aware of them when you're in the woods. Ticks are just horrible to deal with in general. That is one of those creatures you don't mess around with. Alright, where's your last invulnerability? Over here. Alright, Cook, you're toast,
The soldiers.
so to speak. Alright, we're gonna grab the horn. We need to heal, but let's go. I've never seen this before. What is this piece? What does this do? It's like Dexter's Lab. Ooh, what does this button do? Ooh, help. Ooh, piece of
Enemy
candy.
forces are gathering ahead. Take them down. We need to hold that position or they will flank us. Stand back! Coming for this ground.
Mosquitoes, even their name is annoying.
This position.
Y'all remember there used to be a game, I think it was a PlayStation 2 game called Mr. Mosquito that was a really weird game where you played as a mosquito and like you broke into this woman's bedroom and you had to suck her blood, but if you annoyed her too much she would get up and attack you and you'd have to pacify her by like hitting her like what do you call them, like chakra points. It was a really weird game. Does anyone remember that one? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Fun fact, New Yorkers bite more people than sharks. I'm pretty sure that's right in line with like don't cows kill more people per year than sharks do also? Like that's just a law of statistics, right? There are a lot more people in areas with people than there are people in areas with sharks. So of course the people are going to bite more than the sharks do. Also known as Cotard syndrome. This is a rare mental disorder where a living person truly believes that they're dead. Oh, living cadaver syndrome. That was featured on an episode of Scrubs. Actually, I actually knew about that one because of Scrubs.
You know, match for our blades.
Which, if you've never watched, Scrubs is a really fun show to enjoy. If you've never gotten the chance, you should definitely enjoy Scrubs. Scrubs was a show that I watched basically every year. I was huge into Scrubs, but then my medical anxiety got so bad that I couldn't enjoy Scrubs any longer, which is unfortunate because again, it is a very good show. Dude, stop with your ranged attacks. Brain activity after death. Scientists have found that brain can still experience bursts of high level right after the heart stops beating. I mean, there's going to be a whole conversation around that here soon with Mitch McConnell, right? Because there's a lot of speculation that he might not be in the land of living any longer. So there's going to be some interesting things with that, I am sure. I got a vinyl player recently. I love it. Okay, if you need something good on vinyl, I just saw for Christmas, they are releasing a 21 set vinyl of the original 1981 dramatized BBC radio broadcast of The Lord of the Rings. So if you need something else to play, I would highly recommend that. Well, I ran right into that one. Okay, so on this phase I can attack him, but next phase I have to be careful. That's where he's going to start doing his double attack, and that's what was killing me. So now we know. Can you try sounding like a Vocaloid, Miku? Just try it. I have never listened to a Vocaloid, so I have no idea what they sound like. I have proudly never watched a Miku Hatsume stream. One sec, I see recommendations, but I'm in the middle of a boss fight. I can't look just yet. Let's see if we can back up a little bit. Alright, back up, back up. Okay, so he's gonna blow up, and then there's gonna be a second burst. We avoid that. Now we can attack him. Now we back off. Okay. Sounds like a high-pitched synth thing. I do not have a high-pitched voice, unfortunately. Get healthier, get fit, suggest jujitsu. I personally do. It makes me realize how unhealthy and lazy I've been. I wouldn't mind picking up a martial art. That is a great suggestion. I honestly wouldn't mind picking up a martial art. The problem is that I just don't have time for said martial art in my life. Because I know that with any martial art, you're gonna be dedicating part of your life to practice, right? That means putting aside time down to go to practice, to work out, all that sort of thing. And I already work 10 hours a day, and I add 2 hours on top of that with streaming and content creation and all of that. So how could I possibly add on a commitment to a martial art on top? That I don't see how that would be possible for me. I want it to be possible for me, because I definitely agree that it's a great way to get healthy, but unfortunately I just don't have any more time. Got him. We beat the boss. Thank you, Nothing. I appreciate the subscription. I have always, first and foremost, I've always wanted to create the content that I want to create. So it's going to be a wild mishmash. It's Catholicism, it's airsoft, it's video games, it's music, it's Helldivers, it's everything. So it's a wild mix. You never quite know what you're going to get. So stay tuned every day and you'll get something different, I promise. This morning I put out something on Heroes of the Storm. I'm going to make a couple videos about airsoft, and then I'm also going to be talking about my house, right? So it's just, you just never know what you're going to get. All right, that guy looks angry. Oh, he is angry. Oh, he's got fast attacks. I don't like that. All right, that guy was a pain in the butt boss. Can I ask you something? Yes. You are always free to ask me questions. I like yapping, so the more questions, the better. Why do these guys have so much health? Holy cow. I think that as a content creator, they should be able to create the content they want. The job is to entertain the viewer. The viewer don't owe them anything. Do you know someone called Light on one of your streams? Yeah, they joined this morning, actually. Light joined for a few seconds, and then their stuff was deleted, and then they were gone. So I saw them briefly this morning, and then that was it. It was literally just like for a second this morning. They shouldn't be pressured into doing content they don't enjoy. The problem is the way the algorithm works is it's based on engagement, which means that people have to do things like clickbait and all the things they don't want to do because that's the only way to get seen. Now, there is talk about them changing algorithms and the algorithm being more based on like, oh, I told the algorithm I want this content, so it'll bring it to me, which will change the way that we consume content, which I really like, but something tells me that's not actually going to happen. That sounds like a bunch of content creators trying to make something happen that doesn't exist.
Stay. Don't let them gain an edge.
You sure that Light's a she? I have no idea. Like I said, they joined for just like a fraction of a second this morning. I think I've talked to them once, but I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I can't believe we survived that. We could really use some health. Oh, we unlocked a hero. Okay, we got Brain as a hero. Brain Iron Leg. Quick attacks, quick steps, and flurries. We'll trade. We'll take some money. Talk to them once in one of your streams, like on your birthday. Maybe? Definitely possible. I don't remember, honestly. I try to remember all of my viewers, but as we have gotten a little bit bigger, it is getting harder and harder to keep track of all of my regulars, because I am starting to get to a point where, like, oh, I have a lot of different regulars, you know? So it is getting tougher. But I still try. Maybe? Do you know them? Like, what are you getting at? Is it because you know them, you're curious, or why are you interested in them? Okay, clear this tower down so they stop healing. Dodge. We don't have very much health left, so we can't afford to take a hit, so we're gonna keep dodging. Okay. Now you. You know them? They're your friend? Oh, okay. But then ask them what's up, because this morning they said something, it was deleted, and then they disappeared, so I don't know what happened there. Me and him play Minecraft all together? Okay. It's fascinating to me how much sticking power Minecraft has had. The fact that people still play Minecraft together, and it's been out since, like, what, 2010? Incredible. Oh, there we go.
Fall back.
Alright, so we got a new hero. My controller's being a pain. Let's take a look at our hero. Breen uses Brawler Vampire, so fist fighting, huh? Okay. Blocking an enemy attacking. Okay, redirect hit. That's kind of a bummer they have completely separate tracks, you know? That's a lot. There's a lot to unlock. That's a lot of extra leveling, unfortunately. But we'll get there slowly but surely. We'll unlock everything. We have done 11% of the game. That is not very much. Oh, just for fun, I like to talk to strangers and delete my comment. You like what you like, right? However, it is time for me to end today. Oh, excuse me. I still haven't fixed my prayer channel. In fact, let's see if we can do that now. Let's see if we can fix the prayer channel really quick. Okay, I think that should fix the problem here. Let's end with our prayer as we always do. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today, we continue to pray for all the victims of the heat wave. Lord, help to provide them with food, shelter, water, everything they need to get through the heat wave. We pray for all the victims of the wildfires as wildfires continue to pop up all across the U.S. and the world. Lord, help our firefighters, help those who are impacted, help those who are suffering because of it. Today, we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who have been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. And finally, as a special intention for today, we pray for all the students, all the kids who are currently on summer vacation, but will be returning to school sometime next month or maybe in September. Lord, help to guide them through their scholastic path. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone, that is it for me today. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you coming and chatting and spending time with me this morning. It is always super fun to be entertaining for you all. Thank you for hanging out. Have a blessed day, and we will see you again on Monday. For those of you who are new, I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, and I release videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we'll have new content soon. Go and have a blessed day.